The experiment sounded harmless. An AI portrait filter was never designed to find ghosts. It simply searched every image for something that resembled a human face, even where there was none. That was exactly what I wanted to test. A completely empty basement hallway. No people, no movement, only darkness. The basement belonged to an abandoned office building scheduled for demolition. Every room had already been cleared. The maintenance reports confirmed no furniture, no mirrors, nothing reflective. Only one long hallway stretching farther than my flashlight could reach. Perfect conditions. For forcing the algorithm to imagine someone, I activated the portrait filter. Nothing happened. The hallway remained empty, exactly as expected. Then I increased the filter strength. Again and again, the software kept searching, painting invisible outlines across the darkness, trying desperately to recognize a face that did not exist. After nearly 20 minutes, something appeared, only for a fraction of a second. A transparent face, barely visible. Then it vanished. I replayed the recording, frame by frame. The hallway itself never changed. Only the filter insisted. Someone had briefly been standing there. I assumed it was simple pareidolia. Artificial intelligence doing exactly what it was trained to do, finding patterns. Even inside complete darkness, still, one detail refused to leave my mind. The detected face was looking directly at the camera, not at me, at whoever would watch the recording later. Back at home, I tested the recording again. Different brightness, different contrast, different filters. The hallway stayed empty. Only the AI insisted there was someone standing there. Every scan produced the same result, the same face, the same empty eyes, always staring into the camera, never at the hallway itself. Curiosity became obsession. I recorded the hallway again, this time from the opposite direction, then from the ceiling, then inches above the floor. The basement remained completely empty, yet every recording revealed the same silhouette, standing in exactly the same place, as though the camera angle made no difference. Only the filter could see it. The building owner agreed to unlock the basement one final time. He waited upstairs, refusing to come down. He claimed the lower level always felt wrong, not haunted, just wrong. The kind of place where silence became heavy, as if every sound had already happened. Long before anyone arrived, I repeated the experiment. Nothing appeared to my eyes. The flashlight reached bare concrete. No movement, no shadow, no person. But the phone vibrated, face detected. The screen outlined a complete human figure, perfect posture, perfect proportions, standing inside absolute darkness, where nothing physically existed. Then I noticed something impossible. Every previous scan showed the face with closed eyes. This one was different. The eyelids were slightly open, barely enough to reveal pale, empty pupils. I replayed every frame, slowly, carefully. The hallway never changed, only the AI detection, as though something inside the darkness had finally noticed. It was being watched. The next test began differently. Before I even faced the hallway, the phone vibrated, face detected. The camera was pointed at the concrete floor. Nothing but dust, cracks, and scattered debris. Yet the detection box drifted upward, slowly, stopping at the darkness ahead, waiting, as though it already knew where someone stood. Each step made the filter react faster. One face became 3. 3 became 8. Soon the screen filled with detection boxes. Everyone searching, tracking, locking onto invisible features. The hallway remained empty. The AI behaved as though dozens of silent people were standing shoulder to shoulder. watching from inside the blackness. Without warning, every detection vanished. Only one remained. Larger than before, closer than before. The face looked almost complete now. Smooth, pale skin, sunken cheeks. Eyes opened just enough to reflect the screen. The software labeled it. High confidence match, 99.9%. For a person who did not exist, I stopped recording. The detection stayed. The camera preview had frozen, but the face continued moving. One blink, then another. Not inside the hallway, inside the filter itself. Everything behind the screen remained perfectly still. Only the artificial face. Refused to stop looking back. My hands started shaking. The filter no longer searched the darkness. It ignored the hallway completely. Instead, the face slowly turned, looking directly toward the camera, toward whoever stood behind it, toward me. Then the smile appeared. Small at first, stretching wider. Far wider than any human mouth should ever open. I dropped the phone. The screen struck the concrete. The recording ended. The hallway remained silent. No footsteps. No breathing. No movement. I picked the phone back up. The filter had closed, but one notification remained. Face tracking active. Even though the camera was no longer recording. At home, I synchronized every recording, one above another. The hallway never changed. The lighting never changed. Only the figure did. Each visit, it had moved forward, not by much. Only a few inches, enough that I never noticed, until every recording played together. Like pages turning inside a book, the final recording lasted only 12 seconds. By the last frame, the face no longer stood at the far end. It filled the entire screen. The AI had stopped drawing outlines, stopped estimating features, stopped searching. It rendered a complete person, with impossible detail, as though it had finally seen what had always been waiting there. Then I noticed something. The time stone. The AI finished rendering the face. 3 full seconds before the camera reached the hallway. 3 seconds before darkness ever entered the lens. Before there was anything to analyze. The software had not discovered someone. It had already known exactly where to look. I deleted every recording, formatted every drive, uninstalled every filter. None of it mattered. Sometimes, when my phone screen goes completely black, the camera activates by itself. No hallway, no basement, no recording. Only one notification. Face detected. Then, very slowly, the eyes blink. At me.